r/askreddit. What are some things that sound like compliments but are actually insults?
See you later. Not if I see you first. It took me so long to realize that phrase actually meant that if that person saw you first, they would find a way to avoid you so you don't see them.
I think what I've always assumed is that person A, see you later. Person A will see person B first. Person B, not if I see you first. Person A is mistaken. Person B will actually see person E will actually see person A first. But your reading of it also makes sense too, though I'm still not sure if that's the intent behind it for most people. I don't know how often I've actually heard that in real life though, so maybe it is.
As a director of high school theater, if a parent says it looks like everyone on stage had a good time, it means no one in the audience enjoyed this show.
As a musician, I swear the worst thing you can hear after a set is it looks like you had a lot of fun up there. Woof.
I don't know if it's the mom in me, but I have never not enjoyed a performance, especially if my kids are there. You are on a stage, putting yourself out there. You go, be awesome.
Even though it can't be used as a compliment, more often than not, I hear they're just a free spirit used as a subtle way of saying they make bad decisions.
This happened quite a bit at my cousin-in-law's funeral. She was so passionate about everything she did. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind. She was such a free spirit, always doing whatever made her happy. She was a horrible, selfish person who spent her last weeks making everyone around her miserable. It was kind of amazing to watch everyone suddenly decide that they'd always loved and admired her. Apparently I needed to vent. I apologize.
I feel kind of bad about this, but also not. When my grandma died, not many people got up to say anything nice about her at the eulogy. Mostly because she was mean and talked crap about everyone and was just generally not a nice person. However, one of my cousins did go up and said, "Well, I guess I'm supposed to say something endearing about Grandma." Pelt paused. "Well, I can't think of anything, so I'll just say something she would say. This music is dull. Gina's sweater is ugly. Who wears a sweater to a funeral?" Everyone laughed. Good old Grandma, keeping it real.
An older gentleman I used to work with would tell people at work they were sufficient.
You work with Dwight?
It is your birthday. My dad thinks babies are inherently ugly, so when people show him baby pics or whatever he just says, now that's a baby.
My boyfriend also thinks all babies are ugly. So when you show him one, he just nods and goes back to what he was doing. Well,
I mean, babies are pretty whack until they can actually communicate with you.
Anything involving the word brave. You are such an adventurous dresser. I wish I was brave like that.
I love how you just wear anything.
Thanks. It's really easy when you're comfortable with yourself.
I love what you tried to do with your hair.
It really draws the eye away from your teeth.
Whenever someone shows you a picture of their newborn child, you go, oh, it's so...
Before I retired, I was once asked by our HAR department to write a non-lawsuit, producing reference for a former employee of mine that I had a pretty low opinion of. I wrote that they always met my expectations.
German reference letters are a goldmine for this. The law says that you must compliment the employee. So what do employers write? Things like this. Always tried to fulfill our expectations and fail. Great delegation skills. Made others do his work. Confident in his abilities. Arrogant know-it-all. Ability to assert himself. Has anger management problems. Empathy for colleagues. Tried to sleep with half the company. Strong sense for justice. Was agitating against the management. We hope he will be very successful in the future because he wasn't successful here.
You will be truly fortunate if you can get him to work for you.
Good thing you are pretty.
It was a bit of an ongoing joke in my sorority that when someone would do or say something stupid, we'd say, "At least you're pretty." It was always meant in good fun and wasn't supposed to be malicious at all. We'd usually ham it up with a condescending pat on the head. Right after graduating, I said that to a woman who was in a group I was out drinking with in the new city. I even did the head pat. She hated me after that. Whoops.
That's pretty funny. She hates you now, but at least you're pretty.
Something about being on top of the bell curve.
You are one standard deviation from the mean.
Which way? Which way?
You so beautiful that you could be a part-time model.
But you'd probably still have to keep your normal job.
Spend part of your time modeling.
My grandpa is famous for saying you look good. Today, he's a funny guy, LOL.
I went in for surgery on my face, and my granddad now is so excited when he says, You look pretty now. Can't even be mad. Can't even be mad because he isn't trying to be mean.
What kind of surgery?
A male friend of my sister once told her, "You know, if you had half a brain, you'd be dangerous." That was 30 years ago, and she still can't figure out if it was an insult or a compliment.
I think we know.
I've tried to explain it to her, but she just can't understand. Or maybe she wants it to be a compliment.
Anytime a compliment is followed by for once, or a change.
Grandma Unsalts, you're looking well, equals you've noticeably gained weight since I last saw you.
Grandma Unsalt, you look so pretty when you wear makeup.
I had a woman at my last high school reunion. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's you.
Hey, better to have been ugly once but handsome now than handsome once and ugly now.
Try ugly all the way for size.
Yours is perfect. I don't like them big anyway.
Not even a dude, and that hurt.
You look so pretty / so much better without your glasses.
My wife wanted to go sans. Glasses for our wedding, and I almost said, "But you look better with glasses," but thought for a second and said, "But your glasses are a part of your identity, like Tina Fey." And that, folks, is how I stayed engaged and got married.
So, your wife doesn't know your Reddit username?
When I worked in retail, my favorite one for rude customers was, "I hope the rest of your day is as pleasant as you are."
That reminds me of my dad's favorite thing to say to waiters and waitresses. "I hope I'm the worst customer you have today."
Wait, but that's nice, isn't it?